Well, hello everyone. Kieran here, Tourism Innovation Specialist at Southern Regional College, and welcome to our Webcast Wednesday series. This is number 2, Introduction to ScreenPal. ScreenPal is a screen recording piece of software, and I've been using, and more actually, and I've been using it for the last 15 months. It used to be called Screencast-O-Matic. If you're a small business, a large business, if you're in education, if you're wanted to use it for personal use, really useful because it allows you to record on screen and do more. It allows you to take screenshots, allows you to annotate. Just an all-round easy to use piece of software, and it isn't that expensive. So in today's webcast, in total it'll be about 15 minutes. So what I'm recording now, I'm recording on an iMac, which is an Apple iMac. It's about 6 years old, and this has just been recorded up here. That's where the camera is. I have a set of headphones on, obviously. I have two simple lights either side of me here, but a microphone is down there, which is built-in microphone into the iMac. So you don't need a lot to do screen recording. There are 3 options when you start to record your screen. In this particular option, I have gone for just the camera only. So you have 3 options: camera only, number 1. Number 2 then is screen only, and then number 3, you can have the screen and yourself. And actually, you can make yourself smaller and make yourself larger in the hybrid, in the both of them. So I tend to go for, I suppose, the small caption of me as I'm explaining things, but not all the time. So it depends what you're doing. So today I'm going to explain how easy it is to use, the key features of ScreenPal, show you a couple of examples where I've used it for maps, an event that I did last year for a charity cycle, and also I'm using it in a little bit of teaching at the moment. There's also a function for quizzes. I'll explain some of the costs and the tutorials and the training materials that come along with ScreenPal, and hopefully it encourages you to use it. If not this particular piece of software, towards the end I'll mention others that I have been using as well, which are good. Okay, so then on to today. Thank you. Well, hello again, everyone. So this is the ScreenPal deck now we're going to have a closer look at. So you haven't used it before. I guess you go into type in ScreenPal in your search engine. It'll say, and this is what the interface that you're going to come up with. Here you'll see this is my deck, KS. So you'll have your own, and you have your content. You have your screen recorders here. Your video editor here, and there's your stories over there. So here are the main solutions. I've talked about what you can use this for. And screen recorder itself, you can take screen shots, and this is very useful where you want to annotate images, and I'll show you that shortly. The video editor tends to be the one that I use quite a lot, the image editor as well. I have used the stories. Now, ScreenPal itself has a video and content hosted, is a content video and hosting platform. I've more recently been using the quizzing function, and I'll try and show you an example of that itself. So, and there is an analytics with ScreenPal as well. So I have the video recorder on, but when you come in, this is what it'll look like. You click on launch the video recorder, and you're going to see a screen like this. Now you have the option over here, that's the square box, so you can frame your shot. You have an option of just doing straight to video like this, or you can share the screen where you can make yourself small and move yourself around. So, or you can make yourself larger and put yourself in the center of the screen. When you do that, you haven't got the ability to move the screen around. So there's different options there. I guess coming back to the product itself, then you can take screenshots, and very useful. I'm going to try this. When I did this before, my computer froze, so let me try launch screenshot tool. Ready to take a screenshot. I'm ready, I'm going to just take one. Yep, we're ready. Okay, ready. All right, yeah, here we are. So here's the center of the screen that I want to capture. Click and drag to select the captured area. I've done that. Snip, capture presentation. So I'll move up here to the editor. I want to add a wee bit of text to this now. So here's the image. Let me see. I'll add a wee bit of text. Draw a box and just when you want things to. Okay, third time lucky. There we go. And what we're going to say here in the text, what do we want to say? We want to say hello, I think. I've said okay, H. Well, let's say that says click here. That says hello. So lots of different things you can do with that. That's just a very quick for the editor of the image. Now, going back to the solutions, then let's go back to the screen recorder itself and the video editor function. So let's now have a look at the video editing function. To do that, we're going to look at a few videos, or one video that I recorded beforehand. So this is from last month. So a simple Google Map explanation of how to get to On the Hoof video. So if we go into here, it's asking me here to edit the video, which I created on ScreenPal. Now you'll notice there's a very obvious a big red arrow which points towards where On the Hoof is, and in this video I'm giving an explanation of how to get there when you're coming from Belfast or if you're coming from Dublin. So here's a tools. These are the tools that I use quite a lot when I'm using ScreenPal. This is the toolbar. I would use the overlay tools in particular if I'm dropping an image in or I'm blurring or I'm drawing something in freehand or a shape. But I tend to use the arrows quite a lot, and I already have an arrow in there. And you can also use the highlight, or you could write text. I did that in a past example. Or you can drop a video within a video. You can do that. Other key functions here that there are with the tools, transitioning, and that's where you're changing from. You want to pop an arrow in like this, or lots of things you can do there in terms of adjusting the volume. Or let's say you have a video and then you want to go back and narrate it, you can do that as well. So really is a case of just getting in and seeing how you go with this, but very, very, very useful indeed. And to be honest with you, really, really intuitive and easy to use. So that's really some of the basic tools. I suppose if we go back and I say here, I'm done editing on that, I'll go back to my project manager. Let's go back to ScreenPal itself to see what the other key functions are, which I'm going to do now. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to cancel. I'm just looking to go to the main toolbar here. Just bear with me. Okay, we'll just pause. So let's highlight some of the tools that you have with ScreenPal. We talked very briefly there on the editing, and here are the top products that are promoted. Screen recorder, the video editor we've talked about. Screenshots, so again, just take a picture of your screen and then you can annotate and edit that. Very good. Stories I've made reference to in the past, the image editor. ScreenPal has a video and content hosting. Now the video quizzes I will come back to, but I've used them. Very, very useful, not just in education, but in business or in training, in HR or onboarding. Really, really useful functionality. And the analytics then if you were going bigger on this in terms of branding. But let's have a look now at remind you of some of the featured tools. You can remove your background, the image to text, the script maker itself, so where you can plan and write a script and you do speech to text. What I really like is the stock library. This is really, really good in terms of photographs, and if you've the account that I have, you have access to video and images. Really, really good. Storyboard creator, again, very, very useful in giving you ideas. The web video player and webcam recorder, obviously that's the key features. I also like the fact that you can add music and royalty-free music if you've got a paid account, and you can add your text to video. Blur images, sometimes that's really going to be important, and captions also at the bottom of your videos are very important for search engine optimization, cropping your images, adding the drawing tools, embedding the video then if you want to take that on your website. Makes GIFs. Now the green screen, I've used it with this.
I have a physical green screen. I don't have it here with me now, but I've actually used the green screen remover. And the image resizer again is another important one where you can't have images that are too large. ScreenPal integrates with, it integrates with Microsoft Teams, it integrates with Zoom, it integrates with a lot of other platforms as well. And you can move from your .movie to your MP4s, and also in terms of your images, you can resize them into PNGs. And the royalty-free music I made reference to. There's lots of other little tools like your sound effects and your snipping tools, and really I am only really scratching the surface with this. I am not employed by ScreenPal, but I just think it's such an easy, versatile piece of equipment. You can, once you have your video, you can upload straight away to YouTube or to Google Drive. I find that really, really, really useful. And there you have your water-free mark. So in terms of value for money, I think it represents excellent value for money. I pay $72 a year, and I'm on what's called the Solo Max account. Now I have an education account, so the Solo Max for Business works. If you're a sole trader or just yourself, it works out about $120 a year. So I think it's relatively good value. I had mentioned there about the quizzes, and yeah, I use that. Let's have a quick look at a quiz. So you have the option of embedding quizzes. I've done that within the video. Ask your participants, your learners, your employees to watch the quiz, to watch the video, sorry, and then you ask them a quiz at the end of it, or you can do ratings, or you can do polls. I've only really just set this up, been playing around with it for a week or two, but I'm definitely going to be using it a lot more in the next coming months. Here's one I used before with the students when we were looking at, I was trying to ask them some questions on North America. So if I go into this particular example here, should be able to see the quiz now. Just bear with me a wee second. So this was my week 5 review, the quiz that I had. I asked the students for 20 questions, starting off, we were looking at North America. So question 1 of 25, the 49ers are a famous American football team for which city? This is my version, by the way. You'll see there's the answer there. Freedom Trail is a famous tourist attraction in which North American city, Boston, etc., etc. So you can edit the quiz, you can have assignment and ratings. How would you like to assign this quiz? You can share the links, you can buy their first name, you can first name only. All the students then, or your employees, would have to sign up with a ScreenPal account. We've only one student who's done this so far, but you can get the results in very, very quickly, even individual results. You can go back and edit the quiz. So quiz function, really, really useful. But remember I mentioned you have ratings and you have polls as well. So very, very good indeed. There really has been a whistle-stop tour of ScreenPal. What I forgot to mention is there's training and resources available as well with it. And I'm just highlighting some of them here. I found it very, very useful when I was doing this. And also I found the team at ScreenPal very, very helpful in terms of when I've had any queries. Okay, well, just to finish up with, I'll have a quick look at Loom and one or two other screen recording pieces of software that I've used. Thank you.
So I'm using Loom now to quickly explain how to get to On the Hoof using Google Maps. The Loom is an extension on the Google Chrome browser, and there you have it up here. This is where I'm recording. So let's quickly look at this. So with Loom, I'm able to scroll in, scroll out on Google Maps, and you can see that. So you could be explaining how to get to On the Hoof from Belfast. You take the M1, you come out Junction 11 to Craigavon, and you head then the road for Armagh, and then as you're coming into Rich Hill, you take this. I think it's the B131. I'm just going to scroll in and see what. Yes, it's B131. Alternatively, if you're coming from Moygashel or Dungannon, you would take the A29 towards Moy and then come off at Loughgall and into On the Hoof. So this could be a very, very useful tool, Loom, for doing this. Other functions that Loom has, when you actually export the video, you're able to add in a link. And in terms of pricing then, Loom is free to start. You can have up to 25 videos, up to 5 minutes. So I've been using it for a few years. Very good. And if you're a business, then if you feel it works for you, you can move towards like over $12.50 a month. So again, not too expensive. What's interesting with Loom is very recently they've had a Loom AI, which would be worthwhile having a look at. Maybe that's for another day. But I did want to introduce Loom to you because I think it's definitely worth having a look at. And while in here at other pieces of software, let's have a look at another one which my colleague Cahill has used a lot. It's called Crankwheel. And why Cahill uses it and I would use it a lot is, again, it's free to sign up. Very, very easy for sharing. It's extremely low bandwidth, and that's the big advantage with Crankwheel. You don't even have to have an account. You just you can really start recording very, very quickly for screen sharing. Really, really super. Again, worthwhile having a look at that. I had mentioned at the outside Canva as well is worth having a look. You'll find as you explore, there's loads of these screen recording softwares. I like ScreenPal and I also like Loom, and I'm used to using those. So all in all, folks, I hope that you found that helpful. Let us know if we can help you in any way. Get in touch with Better Business at src.ac.uk. My name is Kieran Swale, Tourism Innovation Specialist, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks very much.